Dylan Mulvaney. When you look up Dylan Mulvaney, it says an American actress. How long are we going to do this? How long are we going to act like biology isn't a thing? How long are we going to second guess Mother Nature? How long are we going to do this? You even got people who decided to go all the way and transition. They regret this, especially kids. Now you got, listen, feminism, the feminist push, right? We watched the Me Too movement. Okay, so the Me Too movement was actually started by Corey Feldman, I think. And he was talking about what happened to him. And, it was started by men. The women took it over and destroyed it. They destroyed lives. They destroyed corporate America. It even worked its way all the way to the White House, where the vice president said, I will not be alone with a woman. My wife has to be there, or another woman has to be there. Somebody else has to be there. It completely destroyed corporate America. Well, they decided, you know what? We're not going to have any more picnics and outings and pizza day, and we're not doing any of that because women have sued everyone. Completely destroyed it. There's no more open door policy. A woman cannot be alone with a man at work. Absolutely not. One false accusation, and it's lights out for that guy. You had men who were fleeing America. Russell Simmons left America when that white woman said he, did something to her. He left America. He fled. He's like, oh, absolutely not. When you listen to her story, she was in it with him. She was like, yeah, let's do it. And then she tried to make it seem like he took advantage of her just because she changed her mind. And then it worked its way into the court system on the worst end, where a woman, if she has one drink, she can completely change her mind. And then it went back to the future on our asses. Women were bringing up stuff that happened to them 10, 15 years ago. They can't even decide if it was real or not. They just decided, you know what? It happened, but I was there, I was in on it, but I willingly did it, but I changed my mind. It worked its way into sports, where the reporter in Gloria Allred tried to sue one guy because he kissed a reporter, and she was happy about it. Then turned around and Gloria Allred got a hold of her and said, you should sue him. They tried to get $10 million out of the dude. It worked its way into marriages, and it just completely destroyed the relationship between men and women. No man can be around a woman without thinking about the Me Too movement that was started by two men because of what happened to them as a child. Women completely hijacked it. Wokeness was actually started for Black people. But white women went ahead and stepped their foot in it, and then wokeness, the word woke, became a byword for something you just don't want to be involved in. You're afraid of it. Once again, it started off just casually in the community. It worked itself into corporate America, and now here we are with Dylan Mulvaney. And this is not even the worst of it. Dylan Mulvaney dresses up like a female, claims to be a female, but by every biological basis of evidence, Dylan Mulvaney is a full-grown man. He is 100% man. We had it worked its way into sports. We watched the guy, compete for Penn State and win the women's, break the women's record in swimming, and then finally. Just recently, they decided that, look, We can't do this. Our females cannot compete against the men. And what's even crazier with that story is that dude was getting dressed in a female bathroom. A female swimmer said we were all in there getting dressed, and then this guy comes in, looks right at us, gets fully undressed. There were already females that were undressed. These females felt totally vulnerable, and anything could have happened to them. This is also spilled into the jail system, where the men have finally figured out, listen, if I claim to be a woman, then you have to put me in a female's jail. And in some states, that's exactly what they do. And what happened? One guy got 2 women pregnant in his pod. Don't know what a pod is? It's a group of people stacked in one room. So there can be a 15, 8-man, 30-man pod. Well, now it's, 15, 8, or, 30 people in there, and one of them is a guy. He got 2 females pregnant. This is how ridiculous it is. It is ridiculous. And it is unsafe. The very thing that women wanted to keep them safe, the very thing that they cried about, that the feminists cried about, equal this, equal that, is starting to bite them in the ass, literally. It is coming down on them like nobody's business. You got female wrestlers in high school are wrestling against males. They are losing. They're losing. They're getting their ass kicked. This is what you females wanted. You got people like Dylan Mulvaney and other people out there, but I think he's actually the worst of it. I mean, when they put him on Bud Light, you're talking about, listen, drinking beer, playing baseball, eating a hot dog is an American tradition. It goes way back, and nobody wants to stop it because it equals what? A good time. And it also means that there are families there. America loves apple pie, baseball, and beer. They don't want this to be interrupted in any shape, form, or fashion. It is time honored, and everyone can get into it. Everyone is welcome. Black people, white people, Indian people, Asian people. It doesn't matter. If you want to go to a baseball game, especially Little League or something like that, you best believe there are going to be beers, hot dogs, hamburgers, and a damn good time. But now you have to watch what you drink, because you just can't grab a Bud Light and knock one back and hang out with the guys. You have to see a man dressed up as a woman talking in an effeminate voice, and you have to think. This is what people at the ball games don't want to do. They don't go there to think. They go there to relax, watch their kids play, watch the adults play, watch their co-workers play. The whole idea of baseball is leisure. That's really what it represents. Most people don't take it serious unless you're getting paid for it. Da-da-da-da-da-da, charge. 7th inning stretch, all that good stuff. Batter up, knocking one out into the outfield. Softball, women's softball. We love it. We love it. We love it. The diamond, the dirt, even in the rain, the mud, sliding in the home plate. Little League baseball. Oh my God. Run, little Tommy, 12 years old, making it around third. Coming in and diving. You cannot get any better than good old-fashioned Little League baseball. You just love it. But now you have to have a conscience. Now you have to think. You can't even think about the taste of the beer. You have to look at it and be like, what is this all about? Why is there a man who looks like a woman on my favorite time-honored pastime drink? Number one. And listen, Budweiser has always been a drink that it has just always been a feel good situation. The music that they have in the commercials always been a feel good. The Clydesdales that they have always been a once you say but bum 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 but the band we love the band. The Clydesdale, everybody's in on it. The whole family, the whole nuclear family is there. And you grow up and you do the same thing. Hit the ball, run around the bases, and just don't care. Great summers, great spring, just beautiful time. But now we have to have a conscience. We have to be fully alert because now there is representation that is not traditional. Dylan Mulvaney does not represent the majority of people who drink that beer. And they knew this. But since they have been losing money, they reached out and tried to grab a hold of something that says, we're hip, we're today, we're new, we're moving, we are woke. And they made a great mistake because they're losing even more money now. There are stars, Kid Rock, coming out and saying, absolutely not. He's shooting Bud. He's shooting his Bud Light. He's shooting it like, absolutely not. I'm not doing any of it. Candace Owens coming out and speaking out on it. Absolutely not. We're not doing this. This whole movement with transgender has gone. And listen, if you want to be a transgender, that's fine. But you know what the problem is? There are just people who don't believe in it. And because they don't believe in it, they don't want nothing to do with it. Now you got places, workplaces that they don't want to hire. They don't want to hire a trans. When you come in and you're wearing a wig and heels, we know you're a full-grown man. You come in, they don't want to hire you. They feel it, and you're going to walk in there and think, you have to hire me because I'm a minority or there's some government, blah, blah, blah. If you don't, I'm going to sue you. No, that's why they don't want you. They don't want you. You are a nightmare when it comes to the job. They do not want anything to do with you in corporate America because you're forcing it down their throat. That's the biggest problem with this movement. Don't force it down somebody's throat. Don't force it on people's kids. Don't go into the school and tell people's 3 and 4 and 5-year-olds and 5th and 6th graders that they need they need to learn from a from a cross-dresser. This is ridiculous. My little 8-year-old boy has to see a man dressed up as a woman, and they have to digest what this man is saying to be inclusive. Absolutely not. No, they don't. You're not. See, this is the total opposite of freedom. This is completely un-American. You just want to ram it down people's throats. You're going to comply. No. You're going to get pushback. You're going to get pushback. Just because there are some corporate, people, entities out there that are going, yeah, we're for it. A woman could be a man could be a woman. Yeah, we want to be woke. No, not everybody's for that. And if you keep it up, you're going to lose even more money. You're going to lose supporters. Even though there's a bunch of women saying, yeah, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. You're going to lose supporters. There are people who are going to say, absolutely not. And these are the people who've been supporting you. That's the problem. We have held you down for years. There's no you without us. And you're gonna abandon the heterosexual people? Now heterosexual is bad? Moms, dads, nuclear families, 2.5 kids, scraping it all together just to have a good time at a ball game. You're going to take that from us? That Saturday? You're going to take our Saturday? You're going to intrude on our Saturday. Our Saturday. You're going to, in the spring with the breeze, it's a good day for the leather. The pitch. Looking for Joey to throw one. Looking for Joey to throw that 2-inch breaking curveball he's got hidden. You know what I'm saying? Samantha with that underhand softball. That power straight she's got. Come on. You gonna take our Saturdays? Gonna take our Saturdays? The Blue Jays, the Red Sox, the White Sox, the Rams. You're gonna let Dylan Mulvaney and Budweiser take our Saturdays. This is what you're gonna do. Dylan Mulvaney does not belong on a can of Budweiser. There are plenty of places that his face would be largely acceptable because that's the lane. But on the front of a drink that is more masculine than feminine, Dylan Mulvaney does not belong there. And I hope that corporate America, all of corporate America, gets the point. I hope they understand that we, the heterosexual, have been holding you down. We've been buying your products. We have been supporting you through thick and thin. Even some things we don't like, we still support you. And if you alienate us, you're going to pay for it. Literally. If you just, you don't ask, none of us, you don't take a poll, you don't take a survey, you don't do none of that. You just say, it's my product, I'm going to do what I want. Well, go ahead. Because it's my dollar and I'm going to do what I want. I don't even drink beer. But the problem is, I know it's going to work its way into something else that I do drink. It's only a matter of time before, ginger ale is going to do the same thing. I don't drink Pepsi, but boom, there goes the dynamite. On the face of milk, orange juice, I do orange juice. What's to stop from being on the front? What's to stop Tropicana? What's to stop Tropicana from putting Dylan Mulvaney's face on He's happy because he's getting paid millions of dollars. Do you think I'm going to drink Tropicana if they did that? You are out of your mind. Nestle, if Nestle put Dylan on anything, I will not consume it. If they put them on the front of an oatmeal box, Quaker Oats, I eat all the time. I am an avid supporter of Quaker Oats. If Dylan goes on the front or near or behind on the top in the corner, if his name is anywhere near Quaker Oats, I will stop eating it immediately. I will not consume it. I will not, add to what's going on. That's what they want to do. That's on him. But I will not be a part of it. I won't. And if somebody says you're phobic, I'm like, no, I'm not phobic. I'm not afraid of these people. I'm not afraid. I'm not a believer in what's going on. I am a true believer that the Lord made people male and female. I'm sticking with that. Bruce Jenner is Bruce Jenner to me, the track star, the man I saw while I was growing up and wanted to, get out there and, Bruce Jenner, yeah, I'm not doing it, people. Bruce Jenner will never be Caitlyn Jenner to me. Never. Never. He will always be Bruce. Always. And if I ever met Bruce, that's exactly what I'm going to call him. And if he gets mad, I'm going to be like, listen, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I'll tell him, I don't know what to tell you. Other than, listen, God loves you. Jesus loves you, man. That's what I tell him. I'll be like, Bruce, it's nice to finally meet you. And he goes, please call me Caitlyn. I tell him I will not. And I'll just say, look, Jesus loves you, and I'm out of there. I'm not fighting with you. But I will not do it. Dylan Mulvaney. This is the beginning of the end. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. I'm going to stay on for a while because I know some people will come in, chime in, because that's what I do. I start a conversation even though nobody's here. Yeah, it's 0, so nobody's here. Well, somebody will come in and will add. And I'm here for it. I'm here for adding on. I'm here for the comments. If anybody has something to say about the topic. But I'm not doing it. Mulvaney. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, Mulvaney. Mulvaney. I'm not doing it. Don't make me do it, Mulvaney. I'm not doing it. I can't do it. I refuse to do it. If Gatorade, If Gatorade if Gatorade does this, oh Gatorade, don't you do it. Vitamin water, any spring water, any potato chips, Doritos, don't you do it. Don't you summer love and do it. Don't you put Dylan Mulvaney's face on that one more product, not one. Listen, I'm ready to march in the streets against this nonsense because I just think it's going to get worse. I just think it's going to get worse. It's going to be on, you know what's going to happen? It's going to be on baby products. Dylan Mulvaney's face. I guarantee you, if it hasn't happened already, Dylan Mulvaney's face is going to be on Juicy Juices and Capri Suns. I'm telling you what's going to happen. I'm telling you what's going to happen. His face is going to be on a Capri Sun bottle. I'm telling you, it's going to be bad. It's going to be on the little snacks and juicy fruit bubble gum. And I'm trying to tell you, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. They're going to, look, we already know they're after our kids. We already know this. They're going to put Dylan Mulvaney's face on Bubblicious bubble gum. The little fish that we like to eat, the snack that smiles back. It's gonna be on Captain Crunch boxes. I'm telling you, he's gonna be on a listen. He's gonna be on the front of a Wheaties box. It's going to get bad. When your Crunch Berry looks like Dylan Mulvaney, your Rice Krispies, when all three of the little Rice Krispies do have Dylan Mulvaney's face on it, don't tell me we're far from that because we're not. Blue Hearts, yellow this, the Lucky Charms dude. The Lucky Charms. The Lucky Charms guy is Dylan Mulvaney. It's going to get bad. Y'all think I'm playing? Freaking Captain Crunch, Tony the Tiger. No, I'm trying to tell you. Y'all think I'm playing? I'm telling you now. The wokeness has gone too damn far. It's gone. I don't even drink beer, but I know it's gonna be on. You know what I drink? Water. I drink water and I drink Santa Cruz organic. That's what I drink. Let them put his face right here. I will write them a strongly worded letter. I'll be like, you some of them. Do you know how much money I spent on this? You know how much one of these costs? About $4.99. You know how much money I spend drinking this stuff right here? You better freaking not. I need to have stock in it, matter of fact, I'm probably going to do that. I need to have stock in that company. I drink water. I drink spring water. simple truth water. It's only a matter of short time. They're gonna put it on the front of your water. Now what? I can't do it, Dylan. Dylan Mulvaney. Dylan. What does he represent anyway? Because it says he's an American actress. What is Dylan? What? What is? What is the? Are you representing power for women or empowerment? Well, I don't. I don't understand. What do they want? Well, I don't understand what they want. First, women were oppressed. They couldn't do what they want. They couldn't say what they want in the 40s, 50s. Then when the 80s came, they started burning their bra. Now they're completely in 100% open rebellion against any and everything. The American woman is an enemy of the state. They are in complete open rebellion. Listen, any tradition that was back in the 60s is being looked at now as a bad thing from women. The housewife is bad now. There is a 19-year-old young lady who got married, and she was on one of these reels going, listen, you guys are upset at me because I got married at 19. You're upset at me because I got married? People are upset at Idris Elba because he's 60 and his woman's 28. She's 28. She's got about 4 or 5 good years to have children, and she enters into geriatric pregnancy. Who is she? Is he taking advantage of her? Is she 14 and can't make a decision? She's probably a college graduate. At least she's old enough to have a doctorate's degree. And we're outraged because she's 28. She's 28. We're outraged because he's 60. And she's, a feminine flower, and he's this monster. Just, He's taking advantage of her. He's making her spread her legs and inserting his male dominance upon her. Let me tell you something. There are a lot of women out there that wish that some male would insert their male dominance upon them. There are a lot, and I mean in the multi-millions of women who wish they had just a little bit of male dominance upon them, because they have come to the stark reality at the age of 25 that they are going to live and die alone. And for a woman, this is not a good look, because they're taught that they should always be wanted. They're taught, especially at that age, that they are hyper valuable to everyone. This is not the truth. You're only valuable to the person who takes value in you. And if nobody values you, you have no value to them. That is the truth. Just because you exist doesn't mean you're valuable to someone. It isn't like that. You got people who are coming out of college, out of high school, girls out of high school, 18, 19 years old. They realize that they're never going to get a mate. They're never going to be married. Drink that in. You're almost at the peak of your hotness. We'll say the peak of your hotness is 21. I think a woman reaches in between 21 and 27. That woman is just, because that's when she's most valuable to men. Why? Because of children. But just imagine you are just, like I was watching the Kendra show today. Shout out to Kendra. You know, the YouTube show, Kendra G. And she had a woman on there who is a literal model. She had the height, she had the beauty, she had the walk. She rents a 5-bedroom home. It's beautiful. She's got money, beautiful teeth, all the way down. She is a model. She asked her what she do for a living. She's like, I'm a model. And when Kendra G always does, well, let's do the Kendra Cam, which means let's look at your body. The woman stepped back. She is a model. I mean, she was beautiful. She even did the model walk and, to show how it goes. This is a 100% model. She's single. She's single, 24 years old, 24, 25. She's single. No man. No man. No one. No one. This is a common theme. There are a lot of single women in this world, and they're going to stay single. And now you have men who we're supposed to believe that these men are women. And now you have people saying, if transgender comes on to you and you don't want them because you know that they were born a male, you are transphobic. What in the that is the most ridiculous. I am a heterosexual man. I want a natural born woman. Her sexual market value is based upon the very thing that a transgender man doesn't have, a womb. I'm trying to reproduce. That is my prime directive. If I cannot reproduce with you, then I do not want you. Two men cannot reproduce naturally. Two women cannot reproduce naturally. Heterosexual people, especially men, want a heterosexual woman so they can reproduce. They can have a family. I can't look at Dylan Mulvaney and say, yes, this is what I want to do, because he cannot produce. He cannot produce a child out of his body. It would kill a man. It is not possible, and trust me, people are trying it just so this mold and this narrative can go on until the world ends, but it's not going to happen. I mean, there are biblical scriptures against this, especially if you cut off your Mr. Winky. Book of Deuteronomy says, do not cut off your member. You'll go to hell for that. This is dangerous. This is a spiritual battle. It really is. This is not a casual thing. This is a spiritual battle between demons and gods, between God and the devil. Let me put it to you like that. There's only one God. That's what this is. Because they know the scripture. You cut off your Mr. Winky, you're going to hell. And you'll find a lot of people who are running around with this dress and wig and they're full-grown men. They have not cut their member off. They won't do it either. What they want is the attention. They want to be, they want adulation. They want people to say, "You're brave." What is so brave about you? What is so brave about putting on a dress and wig and run around looking like Tuwong Fu? Explain to me how's that brave? Are you walking outside and people are ready to whoop your ass? Because that's brave. You'll find a lot of people that won't do it if that was the case. As soon as they step outside, you got a bunch of men just getting ready to clobber you to death. They're going to take your life. That's brave. Running around like that is not brave. How did Bruce Jenner get Woman of the Year? Somebody explain this to me. Woman of the Year, and got a standing ovation. Just because he put on a dress and a wig and lipstick. How? That's why I don't listen. I don't watch the Kardashian show from when I lose brain cells watching them. I don't have anything to do with the Kardashians because it has just been one godless thing after another. Marriage, divorce, marriage, divorce, marriage, divorce. Let's go around, sleep and do this. Let's go around, do this. They got some decent businesses going on, but when it comes to morality, no, that is a completely godless environment. I'm just saying, people, it's gonna get worse. And they're coming after your children. So those of you who are listening, you got kids, you better start checking if you guys got the little Capri Sun juicy juices, keep your eye on it. Keep your eye on I don't know what kids drink today because I don't have any Sprites. But if you got kids that are in some kind of school, keep your eye on what they drink. You know how you go, you want to replenish, so you go to Walmart, or you go to Kroger, Piggly Wiggly, Giant Eagle, wherever you shop at, Po Folks, wherever you shop at, you go into the store and you're like, I need this, I need that, and you casually snatch it. It's in the same place you shop, in the same spot. They actually know that you shop in the same spot. You get the same thing when you get your kid stuff. Pick it up, look at it, and see if there's anything different on it, on the package. Don't just assume the box of Crunch Berry is a box of Crunch Berry just because Captain Crunch face is on it. Turn it over to see who's on the back of it. Wheaties made money off of Bruce Jenner because when he was running and winning the Olympics, they put his face on Wheaties. They put Michael Jordan on Wheaties. They put Tiger Woods on Wheaties. That's what Wheaties did. So Wheaties' whole thing is, if you eat this, you'll be like them. It's beautiful advertisement. Wheaties was never my favorite, but why did I eat it as a kid? Because I wanted to be like them. The whole thing, be like Mike and all of this. So all those advertisements come in because they want the kids to buy the product because the kid will feel like they could accomplish this same type of being a star and all of this stuff, even though 1% of the population, actually less than 1% of the population will ever do it. But they want you to strive for it. And they want you to eat and consume their product and blah, 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 blah. That's how come Hannah Montana was so big. Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus, she was so big. And then when she got older, she started, looking for sex. That was it for Hannah Montana. Because she represented, tween girls. And she did, and they did good. She was in Walmart, and those tweens were buying Hannah Montana. They couldn't keep it in Walmart. But as soon as she grew up and decided she wanted to get some D and run around naked, they was like, oh, we don't want our little girls to, well, her face may have changed a little bit, but those girls know who she is. And they still go to her concerts. Hannah Montana, she's still a big deal right now today. You see the danger in this whole thing with Dylan Mulvaney? It's going to get worse. And you're like, well, it's just a can of beer. Oh, hell no, it's not. Hell no, it's not. Look at where that beer is consumed. Look at where most people consume Bud and Bud Light. You start looking at the demographics and start breaking it down, it is absolutely not just a drink. It is going directly towards the nuclear family. That's where it's going. In your house, look at the people who drink Bud Light. You can break it down to who's drinking it, to a demographic, to an age demographic. You can break the whole thing down to men, women, black, white, what nationality drinks it. Listen, they have all of this information. They have it down to a science. They know who drinks it. Their number one consumer are white males. White males. Let's do it. Let's do it. I want to see if I'm wrong. Oh, I'm not even going to look at the stock yet. Let's do it. Beer consumption. These are America's top 26 selling beers. These are America's most popular brands. Is Budweiser number one? Top selling beers? No, let me see if they're going to tell me what I want. Okay, well, let's just do this. The number one beer company in America is, guess who? Budweiser. It's the number one beer. Let's just start off with that. It is number uno. When you start looking at the list, number one. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see if they have a list of who the number one consumer is. Okay, so I'll put in male or female. Okay, here we go. Demographics of beer. Demographics of beer category. Oh, this is good. Category white, black, Asian, Hispanic, all races. So they have regular, light, malt, ice, imported, non-alcoholic, yada, 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 but they still don't have it. This is a headache because a bunch of stuff is flashing too. So I can't find it. I can't find it, but they're number one in America, but I know for a fact that, okay, so Bud Light, 60.2% male, 39.8% female, but it doesn't tell me black, white. Coors Light is right behind it. See if I can do this without all this advertisement. That's just ridiculous. Yeah. So it's not letting me get this information without. All right, let me see if I can do this. This was in 2018. So they clearly don't do this all the time. They don't do this demographic all the time. Accept necessary cookies, allow all cookies. No, I'm not doing that. Okay, so all right, so let me see what I got. Share of Americans who drink Budweiser the past 3 months. This is 2018. By age. All right, so it's a little difficult to find all this information, but shares of Americans who drink Budweiser. They're doing this by age. All right, so that sucked. But nonetheless, my point is marketing campaign, Budweiser. Who is the target market for Budweiser? Let me see if I can get this without a bunch of. What is the target market for Budweiser? Who is the strongest? No. Budweiser has a target market of adult beer drinkers, typically between the age of 21 and 45 in the U.S. So we know 60% of their consumers are males. 39% are females. Budweiser is positioned as a clean, crisp, refreshing lager beer. They also use their marketing to reinforce their perception that it is an icon of America. It is an icon of America. Now, unfortunately, when you look up beer, you get a whole bunch of advertisement and, them trying to, they'll start sending you emails and all that because that's the way the advertisement goes nowadays. But nonetheless, so there's some information for you. And like I said, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Shoot. And even if you're a non-believer, if you refuse to believe that a woman can be a man, they're still going to make you believe it. They're going to tell you you have to believe it. They're going to say, if you don't believe it, you are you're wrong. You're a bad person because you should believe this. But here's the thing. What president do you know is married to another man? There's no president that I've ever known that's married to another man. None. Why? Why don't we have two first ladies? Why don't we have a, first lady and a lady president? Male president and the first ladies. Oh my God. Oh my God. Why don't we have this? I tell you why. Because it would be complete anarchy. It would be complete anarchy. And no red-blooded American is going to me not say no because there clearly is some. But listen, you want to talk about marching in the streets? You want to talk about a mass exodus? It's like it's time to leave America. Listen, you already got black people thinking it's time to leave America. Listen, I don't know whoever's listening, if you're black or white, but listen, Africa is trying to make a come up. And even the Africans are like, come to Africa. Especially the African who? Females. The African females are like, listen, passport bros, don't just go to Asian countries. Don't just go to the Filipinos. I mean, we ain't got no problem with the Filipinos. But don't just go to China. Don't just go to Japan. What about us, passport bros? We're women. Come to the Republic of the Congo or come to Rwanda. What about us? Why aren't you coming over here? There are not enough men over here. And some of those African countries are telling you right now, if you come over here, you have to marry at least 2 females. They're making their men marry at least 2 females. And at one point, you would think that's good. See, I'm in my 50s, so I'm not sure if that's great for me. Especially if you're going to force me to marry, that's a lot of responsibility. It's not, I get 2 females to, have sex with. No, you get 2 females and 2 female problems. And you're there to stay. They're not taking this, you're here and you're gone, you're here. No, you have to take care of them. You have to protect them. You have to provide for them. Traditionally, like it's not a fly by night thing. They're very serious about their females because there's so many of them and they're good people. But, you got to get your act together if you're going to go over there. And in some countries, they're going, listen, this guy here has got, 5 wives. There's one guy who had 100 wives. And nobody in his country complained about it. 100 wives. And he had them all lined up. And nobody was like, oh my God, these women, you're taking such advantage of it. These women are like, shut your mouth. Shut up. Shut up. Shut all the way up. Don't say another thing about what's going on over there just because you can't find a man over there. Look, there are 100 of us and we are dealing with it. We fall under his protection. Our children fall under his protection. There are tribes out here who will snatch you, take you away, and do God knows what. But if you fall up under another tribe's protection, and they know that there is a man as a head of the house, they know they have to deal with that man. If something happens to one of us, there is a cadre of men that are going to come out of the woodwork because him, his uncle, his dad, his brothers, his cousins, they're coming out of the woodworks and they're coming after that ass. There's going to be a problem. Not to mention my brother, dad, and then all of my hundreds of all their dads, their uncles, there's going to be a problem. So shut up. Shut your mouth, Western woman. Sitting up there just wasting your fertility on aimlessness. Aimlessness. We don't do that here. We have children. We have families. A lot of you women, a lot of you Western women got it messed up. You have a very, very valuable thing that has been given to you. It's been given to you. You were born with it. You were born with it. You didn't have to work for it. You're born with it. Very, very powerful, and you squander it. You give it away to meaninglessness, to meaningless people. You abuse it. You let anybody in it. You don't know whose baby's coming out of it. You don't know whose baby that is. You have to go get a DNA test. I mean, come on. You don't know who's been in your womb? That's a terrible thing to these African tribes. That's terrible to them. That's Israel, other Middle Eastern. That's terrible to them. They're like, you don't know whose baby that is coming out of your body. No, Habibi, you're out. We don't want to. Yeah, I have a son. Who's the father? Well, you don't see this in those Middle Eastern countries. There are still virgins over there. And they tell you these women are still virgins because they know better. They're not running around because if those men found out what they were doing, it's lights out for them. Those women are virgins. In America, this is why America's going to burn. Because in America, it's a terrible thing to be a virgin. It's a terrible thing to be a virgin. And then to be married. It's a terrible thing to be a virgin, then married, because some man is going to, no, the man is going to have sex with his wife because he's supposed to. It's his wife by God and country. But you goofy chicks are, oh, she's a virgin and she's going to be manipulated. What makes you think that she's not the manipulator? There is not one man on the planet that ever said that marriage was easy. Not once. No man has ever said this. No man. And we're the one who's doing the manipulating. We're the ones who's doing the manipulating. The female is downtrodden. The female is being totally taken advantage of because she's got a cooch. And let me tell you something. That cooch isn't always available to even her husband. Women go months on end without giving it up to their husband, the guy who they live with. They shut the cooch down on purpose. And this is where you get a lot of these domestic violence issues come from. Some of these women end up dead because of that. She was such a great, now she wouldn't screw her husband. And it comes out in the court hearings. Well, why did you do it? She didn't want to have sex with me. It's my wife. I love her. She doesn't want to have sex with me. Why? Come to find out, you guessed it, she was having sex with somebody else. And he found out. That's it. That's her life. She's done. And then, I feel sorry for her. I don't. She knew what she was doing. She knew her husband was sexually frustrated. She knew she lived with somebody who didn't play no games. But she decided to go and spread her legs and give her a womb to another man and then come home and act like nothing was going on. She played with his emotions. He lost it. Now it is a crime of passion. She lost her life because of a crime of passion. which can easily be temporary insanity. Your Honor, when I found out, I lost my mind. Gone. Now he's behind bars doing 10 to 15 on a second degree, and she's buried. And the kids are at grandma's house. And nobody wins. Stop playing it. Even the Bible says don't do this. The Bible says you set yourself up for prostitution. It's talking directly to women. Do not deny your husband. You're setting yourself up for prostitution. The scriptures say this. Or read this. Why? Because the husband's going to do what? Go find a prostitute. It's exactly what they do. They have these attractive wives, and the wives are like, "No, you can't touch me." I'm like, wait a minute, I can't touch you. No, I don't want to kiss you. No, I don't want to. This is what the American wife is doing to the American husband. This is going on right now, and you even have women on TikTok and these reels talking about it. Why aren't you sleeping with your husband? I listen to a lot of these murder cases between couples. That's why some of these women are losing their lives. Like the one guy who was the actor, and he's a real police officer, but he was on one of them court shows. He was the bailiff for one of them court shows, big dude. And one of the guys that was on there, going through something with his woman. The judge said, look at this guy, he's happy. And the dude said, you don't look happy at all. Months later, what happened? That dude turned around and shot his woman. He blew her ass away at point blank range. The reason why? She was complaining about him being on steroids, and he was complaining about sex. Can't get no ass. That's why the scripture says don't do this. But women play with this. They play with it. They shut the coochie down. They get mad. No coochie for you. For months on end, the man's coming in the house. He's working. He's doing everything. No coochie for you. Okay, keep it up. Keep it up. They get fair warnings. They argue. They don't want to cook. They don't want to do nothing for their man. And no coochie. That dude is like, all right, look, man, I love you. Let's just get divorced. No, I don't want to get divorced. You just want to keep the man in a house trapped where he can't, because if you get divorced, he's going to go screw somebody else. You even had cases where the man would go somewhere and try to jack off, and the woman would constantly bother him so he couldn't even jack off. She just wanted to keep him sexually frustrated. Well, you do that, and then your man flips out. Remember, it's just you and him in the house. And then you cry and, he was such a horrible person. He did this. No, you wouldn't give him no sex. He married you to have sex with you. And then you shut it down for years. He doesn't get any. Then you play him. Then you flirt with other men in front of him. You show other guys your tits. He's like, what? This is what the American woman is doing now. You show off your ass in front of God, but you won't go home and give your husband none of it. And he has to stay with you, or you're going to drag him through the court system and take everything. Yeah, you're going to die. You're going to die. He's going to kill you. He's going to kill you. You're going to die. You're going to be worm food. He's going to do 10 years, maybe. On good behavior, he'll get out in 7, and he's going to remarry. And by God and country, it's legal. Now, murdering you isn't legal, but I'm saying it's legal for him to remarry. I'm saying he's going to kill you. He's going to kill you. He's going to kill you. And no man who's any man who's ever been married or in a long relationship with a girlfriend and has had it happen to him, none of them is going to feel for you. They're not. And in some women, they're not going to feel for you either because they don't understand how you even got a husband, let alone you're not giving him any sex. You just can't, and you're dogging him out. You're just, the American woman has torn apart what God meant to be beautiful. And other nations are not trying to follow suit. You can't go to other countries and do what the American woman does. We literally live in a bubble. Literally. I mean that. You cannot go to a Middle Eastern country and even open your mouth to say something out of range. You will get your head literally cut off. It has happened. You can't do it. You can't go to these some places in Africa. You can't go to the Sudan talking. You cannot do it. You will get shot in the face in public. You can't go to China talking slick. You are in trouble. You're in a lion's den if you go to China. They will drag you across the street in front of the police. It has been done. It is on video, and the police said, get her out the street because she's stopping traffic. You have no idea the privilege that America, being over here in America is. You can't wear half the clothes you wear. You can't walk around in the thong, booty shorts, none of that. You can't do none of that. Your tits, you can't walk around with your tits out and, and paint all over you and this BS. You can't do none of that outside of America. You will catch a razor blade to the face. And I mean angry, angry, angry men. You can't do it. You'll get hit hard. And it will be the reality shock of your entire family's existence. If you make it home. It is a cruel world out there. And they hate what America has done to the American family, to the family, to the nuclear family. They hate it. They hate it with a passion. They hate it. It's why when you go to other countries and they hear you talk, they know you're American. They hate you. I've been to a couple countries. Trust me, they didn't want to see me. I wasn't alone. But they knew we were Americans. They hated us. Hated us. Didn't want nothing to do with us. Hated us. And there is no country that I've been to where I've seen them act like American women. Never seen it. Hell, it's hard to find a fat person in some of these countries. I kid you not. Go to Spain looking for fat people. Good luck. Go to Germany. I lived in Germany. Go to Germany looking for fat people, like obese people. And good, if you find them, they're not going to be from Germany. They're not going to be German. Old, young, they are not going to be German. Just go to any popular, go to Frankfurt and stand in the airport and look around for some fat people. Now, go to any major airport here in America, you're going to see them everywhere. You will not see it in other countries. I ain't saying there's none. I'm saying that there is not it's not a thing for them. It's different. You don't see a lot of women bad-mouthing men in other countries. You don't see it. You don't see all this independent and attitude. No. Because they'll catch a fist of fury in the street, in public, and nobody will scoop them off the ground. Some women have tried this in Russia. You see it on the video. Bad idea. bad idea. You see it on video. Some Russian women act like they want to be tough. Blood. As soon as they hit that man, this guy knocked this woman. He hit this woman so hard with a slap, and it was just, he knocked her completely down. Her legs went back, and then when she sat up, she didn't even know where she was. You think she got up and was just like, oh yeah, it was on. No, she could barely get up. You're protected in America. That's my point. The world outside of here is violent. And we don't care about tradition. We don't. We don't care about tradition. I'm gonna make some music. I think everybody has left, but I feel like jamming. And so I will. I feel like a song. Mary had a baby, and his name was Jesus. Oh, Mary. Oh, Mary. Oh, Mary. All right. Everybody okay? Yeah. Swag, turn that on something. That's cool. Trying to make something work on this. I'm in love with it. Try something else. Sometimes I just, like to try to make something, see if it works. Just welcome to listen to my failures. Sometimes when we touch, it always seems too much. I wanna hold my hand and cry. I wanna hold you till we both lay down and die. Wanna hold you till the fear in me subsides. One of them old miserable songs about love that came out very miserable. Like, that sounds miserable. I wanna hold you till I die. I'm not lifting today, man. But I might lift tomorrow. I might eat tonight. I can feel good tomorrow. I wasn't feeling today. Plus, I had to be here so my internet could get fixed. My guy came and put in a new router. I don't feel like it today, but I might eat half decent tonight or tomorrow and then go ahead and lift. Look at who? Look at me. Like I said, I go like once a week. Hey, want to talk about what? What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? I'm lost. I missed it. What are we talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, bro? What you talking about? Talking about lifting? I didn't want to talk about lifting. I've been talking about lifting for the last couple days. Just because you've been tripping on me. For the last couple of days. I went through a whole workout. See, you wasn't here, you missed it. Talked about working out and all kinds of swimming. We went over swimming, you weren't here. You weren't here, you missed it, bro. We did our thing. Had a great time. Talking about swimming and yeah, it was all right. Oh, okay. With the Dylan Mulvaney. Mulvaney thing is crazy. It's crazy ass. Dylan Mulvaney. Get the frankincense and myrrh out of here. I can't with these people. These people. They're not gonna happy until everyone is a zombie. Everybody is a zombie. Women and men are the same. Women and men. Track and field shows that's not true. I get mad when these women lose. Almost like it. Tone would have him a paper plate full of ribs, being the life of the party. If they're beef ribs, yeah. Always the life of the party. Always the life of the party. Mulvaney, it's Dylan. It's look. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Dylan Mulvaney. It's a man dressed up like a woman coming to save. It's a man dressed up like a woman coming to save us. a bird. It's a plane. It's Dylan Mulvaney. Look up in the sky. It's Dylan Mulvaney. I was walking down the street yesterday, and I stubbed my toe, and out from nowhere came Dylan Mulvaney. Thanks, Dylan. My cat got stuck in a tree, and out of nowhere flew down Dylan Mulvaney. Thanks, Dylan. Look, it's Dylan Mulvaney. Ah, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be. It's the beat that's messing me up. I shouldn't be picking. I shouldn't be doing that. I was trying to get some. Maybe some. Even though I kind of like that. Kind of like that. I was in the night that. Really, in the night that. Trying to get me a nightcap for the mic rap and the mic snap. Hoping that somebody else will like that. With the dip, boom, dip, and the boom bap. Kind of sound like I had a hard hat. With the and the with the stars at. Double with the bars at. Where the girls at. Where the cars at. Cool cat. Would you like that? Ooh. beat drop, and the beat sound, looking like the heat drops. And the sound down when the beat sound, funny when your knees down. And the beat back, so I was in the all day. How things are, how the cool man, how the good man. They go back. With the and it's stuff, and the beat don't stop when the old said to the whole head. You know, the go back, when the beat stop, get the phone back. I love the go back, with the AR, with the like that. Going through the hook like that. Got a boom head when the moon drop. Tap on when the beat drop, tell me when the beat drop, when the don't stop. Tell me when the don't stop. Have the beat come, have the all up. You know, talking about some, with the, talking about it with the, talking the beat drop, talking about it, when the don't stop, talking with the beat drop, hit them with the, oh, with the beat drops, and the don't stop, with the feedback, yeah, looking for the feedback, what you need that, I'm trying to get the brain back, so with the, it's not bad, just to rub it. Yeah, man, how was your day? How's your day, man? What you did today? Uh, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead with the, go ahead with the, when the beat don't drop, you my, okay, go ahead, I'ma hit you with the, and the don't stop, for the beat drop, hit it with the, go ahead, don't stop with the, when you don't stop, hit it with the beat drop, go ahead, that, let me tell you what I'm with the, and the don't stop, hit it with the beat drop, do the talk, with the beat drop, keep it rolling, with the beat, go ahead, go ahead with the beat drop, go ahead, go ahead, hit it one time, go ahead with the, set it one time, hit it with the beat drop, talking about some, let me go with the beat drop, with the heat drop, hit it with the beat drop, give it to 'em. Uh-huh, uh-huh, go and give it to 'em. Uh-huh, uh-huh, just give it to the beat drop, with the one time, give it to 'em. Go and give it to 'em. I just mess around. Mess around, man. He was kind of funky though. Yeah, man. You like that beat? I just erased it, but it was funky. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I just erased it. It was dope. It was just all right. Hit him with the beat drop. Boom, 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 boom. I never used that bass line before, so I just want to play around and see what it does. Sometimes I just like to find a random bass and see what it'll do. Can't get an update on this thing. It's a strong bass. This might be something you might do to something from LA. Like boom, 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 boom. Something like that. That's an LA style. Let's see if I can get it to it. Oh, it's a little fast. Here it is. Oh. When you come to my city, make sure you strap. Very much. Cause the beats like that. What you doing? Huh. When you come to the city. No, they wouldn't do it like that. That's too easy. Go. You tell I don't make this. Yeah, gangster stuff. You tell I don't make this type of music. I am not a gangster. I am not cut out for that stuff. I have no desire to be a gangster. still sounds whack because I mean, it's not my style of music, but I tried. I tried. But that's the exercise. You gotta, do something you're not used to. And I noticed that most of those beats that were like made for Tupac, most of those producers, they just took other people's music. Maybe sped them up or slowed them down. Oh, you doing squats right now? Oh, that's why you're able to listen to me so long. You're actually working out and listening to me. That's pretty cool. Shoot, bro, I ain't squatted in a month. My knees hurt so bad, man. I can't. This is what's been slowing me down, man. They just, woo wee. It just hurt, man. I've been riding that bike though. I've been trying to get it in on that bike. That's what it is. They've been and like, oh, in order for me to squat again, I'm gonna have to chill on the bike riding. That little beach cruiser been getting, boy, shoot. That's what I've been doing, man. Getting that beach cruiser. Workout. You need some workout music. You need something that you could. You need some workout music, man. You need something up tempo. Let me see. Let me see if I can get you something up tempo, bro. See if I can get you something a little. See if I can get you something a little. I know you was working out listening to your boy. See if I can get you on to something over there. Make you want to lift a little bit more. Down in the belly with the rain grass. See if I can get you a little. to her. Hold on now. I'm trying to disturb my girl. I'm trying to. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. Hold on now. Okay. I didn't know you was working out. Uh-huh. Give me a little something. My bad. I didn't know you needed that. Needed to bang a little bit. Bang-a-lang, bang-a-lang, chang-a-lang, chang-a-lang. Bang-a-lang, bang-a-lang, chang-a-lang, chang-a-lang. I didn't know you was banging the weights now, bro. Get in there. Yeah. I didn't know you was banging the weights. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. I didn't know you was banging weights now. Okay.